Republicans in Congress are ramping up their threats of impeachment against President Biden for being involved in crooked business deals with his son. And a new analysis says that Hunter Biden talking points are starting to take a little bit of a toll on Biden's reelection campaign. I'm not so sure. We talked earlier about, a new article came in today. It was equivocal. Does it have an impact? I don't know that it does by itself. I think it's a cumulative aspect. I mean, it's just one other brick in the wall. You add everything together where they're talking about secret email names that are moving between Hunter and Joe, talking about dozens of offshore bank accounts that they're trying to follow, talking about shell corporations that are being put together, shell accounts, $50 million changing hands. Well, you hear those one-liners, and you hear them related to this story, and then the first reaction is where there's smoke, there's fire, right?
Usually. I mean, we've had, smoking gun witness after smoking gun witness show up in Congress this year, and every time, okay, well, it's a big fat dud. Well, okay, but the next witness. I mean, it got to the point where Fox News even started calling out the Republicans in the House, like, listen, y'all have nothing. So, listen, I've said every time we talk about Hunter Biden, I always like to point this out. I don't care. If he did something, great. Let's go ahead and we'll prosecute. We'll go through the justice system and let it be handled. If not, wonderful. Let's move on from this. But so far, I haven't seen evidence. And it's just like, because we talked...
That list I just read, that list is what you're hearing.
Yes.
And you're saying this list doesn't amount to anything?
We don't have evidence of it.
Yeah.
Those are the talking points right now.
Right.
And the 50 million, used to be 20 million. It actually started at 2 million. So that number keeps going up, but we still don't have anything that they tell us every week, like, we're going to have it, we're going to have it, and it just never...
Did the shell accounts not bear out these shell accounts were put in different names? Did that not bear
They
itself?
have not provided any kind of documentation that shows who was associated with what.
And how about the emails? Has that developed at all?
Not that I've seen with the emails so far. In fact, what we've heard from the witnesses who've come in, even the ones who say, yeah, Hunter Biden was kind of a shady guy, but I'll tell you, his dad wasn't involved in any of this. His dad's just on the phone talking to him about the weather, no idea. But they would say, yeah, Hunter did use his dad's presence to kind of intimidate people, but Biden himself was not aware that this was happening.
I'm not sure that the Hunter Biden issue alone moves anything. I think it's just another brick in the wall. It's with all this other stuff that Biden is under attack about. And I don't think there's any one event that does it. I think it is a cumulative process. And I don't think you'll find any polling that says, yeah, people react and say because of Hunter Biden, who, by the way, is not, he's not in government. He's just a thug. Truthfully, he is a dirtbag thug in every sense of the word. But they've never really tied it up to Joe. And you're saying that there's nothing that does that right now?
Nothing concrete, obviously. I mean, look, you've even got Republicans in the Freedom Caucus, which is the far-right group, that have come out and said, listen, we're wasting our time if we're going down this impeachment route. But they're going to go down it because they've made the commitment, they've backed themselves into a corner, so they have to. And if they find something, I'm not going to be like the Trump people and throw a temper tantrum and start whining on social media or storm the Capitol. If you find something, pursue it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
we're not that tribal.
I wish they would do that with Trump and say, look, buddy, enough is enough. I mean, just take a break. We're going to run somebody else. Step aside. And that's what I want to, I already want to say that about Biden, but he seems intent on wanting to run. But I just think if it becomes too big of a problem, leadership in the Democratic Party has got to say, look, Joe, it's time to step down. We're going to put somebody else up there. Who it is, you name it. I don't have any idea at this point.
Well, I think it kind of speaks volumes to the Democratic Party itself, the fact that they're letting this Hunter Biden narrative go all throughout the media. Whereas you got Clarence Thomas, who is corrupt as hell, and we're finding out news stories every week. You got Jared Kushner and his $2 billion from Saudi Arabia. It's the second he leaves office. Obviously, Trump's 91 felony charges. And Hunter Biden's the head. You guys have so much to work with, and you're not talking about any of it.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with the party? Get out there on it.
Yeah. Both sides have plenty to talk about, I can tell you that.